think I used to farm corn and potatoes. Now all I need are treads upon stars. What's up, guys? So, how you doing? My name is Paul, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, take the plunge. We got another Destiny Taken King weapon review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the farmable legendary scout rifle that is the Treads Upon Stars. I made a review on this a couple months back. The meta's changed a little bit. I want to talk about exactly why this is one of the best items in the game to go for, and why it's so awesome is because it is in fact farmable. You can grind for tons and tons of these if you have the time. And believe it or not, this is one of the easiest ones to get in the game. Interested yet? You should be. It's got a really nasty PvE and PvP roll for it. If you get the right rolls, really good in various different situations. So, what's under the hood? 37 rate of fire, an impact of 48, range of 66, stability of 38, and a reload speed of 66. In English, Pwn! This thing is just a well-rounded scout rifle. It's not best in class at anything. It's not worst in class at anything. It's right there in the middle. It's average, for lack of better words. And my wife has always told me that being average is nothing to be ashamed about. So, it's good. It's good. So now that you know more than you need to about me, we have a fire rate of 180 rounds per minute. A reload speed of 2.47, which is probably a little bit better for scout rifles, but again, still pretty mediocre. Aim assist of 44%, a mag capacity of 16, which is right where you'd expect to find this gun. Now, there are certain things you have to understand about this weapon. It hits to the head for 61. It kills in a second flat with 4 shots. You start pegging them to the body, though, the damage drops down a third, down to 41, and it requires 5 shots to kill in 1.33 seconds. The good news is if you math it out, almost all of your kills are going to come in the 4 shot to kill range. All you have to do is hit 2 of the 4 shots to the head. That's half your shots, and it will kill them in 4 shots total. So 2 heads and 2 bodies are more than enough to get this gun done, which is pretty well rounded because that relieves a little bit of tension. But if for some chance you can't nail at least 2 of them, I just pray to God you've got a respawn fetish, because it's in your future. 1.33 second time to kill is dreadful. But hey, that's where I come in. There are some nasty rolls to find on this thing. But first off, you need to know how to farm the damn thing. It is a Cabal-related strike-specific loot drop. What this means is every time you participate in a strike involving Volus, the Flayers, Shield Brothers, so on and so forth, then you have the opportunity, upon the Ultra Kill, to have this thing drop from them like it would like a Legendary or an Exotic Ingram on the floor. And if by chance it is a Nightfall, if you have one of those like the Shield Brothers as a Nightfall, you have a heavily increased chance at running into these things. I found that I average 1 Treads drop for every 3 Nightfalls I run. So ideally, the quickest one is probably the Flayers. You can get those done in, you know what, 8-10 minutes or so with the right burn. And you can farm the hell out of these and get a few of these per hour. It's a really, really effective method. Now, what you're going to want to look for when you are playing PvP, there are 3 perks. Number 1, and the most important, is crowd control. Number 2, you're looking for high caliber rounds. It increases flinching. And number 3, I'd say third eye. The last one's really preference-based. I think you can even roll Outlaw if you have it right there. So that one's not really the most important. Third eye is great because it kind of, in my opinion, makes this kind of like a mini Mida, because it's got third eye, it's got high caliber rounds built into the Mida, so that's what you're rolling for right here. It's an incredible PvP alternative to that one in the legendary form, not to mention the importance of crowd control. Now, the reason why this is big is because upon getting a kill, you have pretty much a 3-second buff that grants you an additional 15% damage. If you math it out, this gun goes from a 61 precision shot to a 70, which means this gun falls into a potential 3 shot to kill. It skips up 1, and that's going to increase the time to kill by quite a large margin. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is really, really good for objective game types, and the crowd control buff only lasts a few seconds. It goes by quick. You're only going to probably be able to squeeze out 3, maybe 4 shots while crowd control is active, but it's important that you know to hit at least 2 of them while it is active. Hitting for 70 to the head, if at least 2 of those hits, that will be 140 damage, and then a regular critical shot after that of 61 is enough to put a Guardian down. So out of the 3 or 4 shots you have after that buff is activated, technically only 2 of those need to hit, and a regular crit is enough to put him under. Next up, it's worth mentioning that this thing is pretty much like a Vision of Confluence reskin. It's in the same damage tier, and unfortunately it may not be able to have that whole large magazine capacity that the Vision had, but you can also have a really badass PvE roll, and a lot of people like scouts. I personally do. And what you're going to be looking for on this, if you're looking for the ideal scout, is you're going to be looking for crowd control. Another one that wouldn't be half bad would be triple tap. You want high caliber rounds because, believe it or not, that's extremely important in PvE. It keeps the more tankier enemies like the Colossus or the Knights in a flinching phase, allowing you to peel a lot of damage into them. And last but definitely not least, you're going to want Firefly. No explanation needed for why that's a great PvE perk. 16 round mag, that's plenty enough time to get a lot of close, medium, and long distance kills in PvE out of the way. And it's just a phenomenal build, to be honest with you. And I know a lot of other people like the Hung Jury, and it's important to know that that gun is in the same damage tier as this weapon. A lot of people like the triple tap and the Firefly combination. But seeing as how we're confessing things, you can also buy the not like the others. Same damage tier, just like the Hung Jury in this weapon, but you can buy one from the Vanguard Quartermaster, and it has crowd control built into it too, as well as reactive reload. There's a lot of additional damage, and that does fill that gap and add that extra time to kill in occasional engagements inside the Crucible. So if you're not looking for the absolute perfect rolls, those two are great alternatives for PvE and PvP. But if you want to find those perfect rolls, that is how you do it, and this is the gun to get it done with because, like I said before, you can farm for it, and it's definitely worth that grind. Thank you guys for watching. Absolutely incredible weapon here. Get out there, farm you some. Anytime the Nightfall is the flayers, take the opportunity to jump in there. Volus can go pretty quick as well. So, I guess this is where we part ways, guys. Sniffle. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It supports the channel. It means a lot to me. We hit over 500 on the last episode. It'd be great if we could do that again. Subscribe if you're new here for future Destiny gameplay commentaries. And leave a comment down below. Let me know if there are any guns that you're kind of curious about and what are good rolls for them, and I'll try to pump that out to you guys. So, if you enjoyed, feel free to click on one of the two videos on the screen to continue browsing the channel, or even click the playlist in case there's a few guns that I may have already done and you're looking for. Take care, guys.